One identified married man has gone viral for physically assaulting his wife in Anambra State. Now, according to a video making the rounds on the internet, the man can be seen punching and beating his wife as she cries out for help. Their child can be heard in the background calling out her father to quit assaulting his wife, but it fell on deaf ears. Then the vicious man is seen dancing and mocking his wife when he realized that he has been recorded by their child. The result of his assault is shown as the wife sustained an injury on her arm. Let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. The first reaction said, "Don't hesitate to leave the marriage while you still can." Another reaction said, "Unpopular maybe, but the only person I trust here to tell us the truth about this event is the child." This video clip does not exonerate both parties. The next reaction, "Well, as much as I would say nothing calls for domestic violence in marriage, I would also like to know what caused the fight, who attacked who first. We are only seeing one side of the story here." The next reaction said, "The man is so proud of being abusive. Now, wow. Meanwhile, if someone comes out to ensure this woman gets justice now, she will defend and fight for her love. It is well."
Another angle.
The final reaction, "I don't know how morals have depreciated so bad that men now physically fight women. How about leaving the house for some hours to douse tension?" Which how do you react to this?
I've never been a supporter of domestic violence at whatever level, excuse me, and all those comments about hearing both sides of the story. Are you people okay? Is sharing you is your brain paying me? Like, you used to think from the behind, because how you're seeing a video of a man who physically assaulted his wife and danced to it, and you still want to hear that is reason enough for you to know that that's a monster, that's an animal out there, and that is very, very wrong in the presence of your child. I don't want to know what the woman did. Women, our mouth, it is sharp. If you cannot stand the heat, carry your bag and leave the kitchen. Yes, I'm saying it. While I do not support anybody hitting anybody, male or female, you don't raise your hand on your husband as a woman. Don't raise your hand on your wife as a man. Don't raise your hand on anybody, even your child. There are so many ways to solve matters. We're civilized individuals. We're not animals in the zoo. And the fact that he's dancing to it, and why haven't he been arrested till now? Doesn't she have family members or friends who can stand up for her? That man is supposed to be in jail. Because he knows exactly what he's doing. He finished beating her and he danced. So he knew what he was doing. That's what was paining him the most. Right. He should be arrested.
Speaking about family members and friends, you saw the videos, I think also in Anambra State, a sister came out on social media to talk about, my sister has been abused for, her husband has been abusing her for 11 years of marriage and they've been together. It wasn't about, okay. And a DSP or a police woman actually took up the case, and then they transferred it to the police station in Aba. And the next thing we know, the woman is actually crying for them to release her husband, the same person that they are beating. "Release my husband, oh, release him." Do you get what I'm saying? So you see this domestic violence of a thing. I don't think any family member would actually sit and watch, even if you have the worst family, would actually sit and watch you get beaten up. There's actually more. Like that reaction said, now we will put him out. Tomorrow she'll come on social media and I'm like, "Oh, it's the love of my life." So I think the advice is just for the women. If you know you do not love yourself,
separate yourself. See, if I have a family member that is going through domestic abuse and she's saying she wants to, we will not stay. You will not. No, you will not stay. You will not stay. Because you're going to die. I'm trying to say, your dear, watch your sister going through the rest of
abuse. There is nothing you can do about it if she does not want to leave.
I know about women who would ask, even before police will even come, as the man is beating her, area boys are joining to beat the man, she will stop crying and turn around and start asking area boys, "Who are you to beat my husband?" I know those scenarios, and that is why I also feel like, please, I was only like, trying to make my offense, but I understand what you were trying to say about women who would say they don't want to go. I can understand how that works, how that pounds out in their mind. And that is why I always say it on this platform. we need more awareness, we need more preparedness, we need to enlighten these women the more, because you know that thing that the society has placed on our shoulders as women, you're the one that left your home, or you're the one that couldn't keep a home, or so because he cheated you left, or so because he beat you you left, another woman will go, let that other woman go and see what I'm seeing. But it takes a level of understanding for the woman to be able to actually get to that point, and that's why we have a lot of work to do. And while we are doing that a lot of work, the men that have ear to listen, let's bring them along, because it's them that can talk sense into the agenda as well.
Yeah, Sam.
This is really emotional.
It is.
In fact, my heart broke when I read this, and I must be very sincere, because I tried to see how I can personalize it, to see how it looks like, so that it gives me the direction of how to react. And for somebody coming out to write this kind of statement that you need to hear from both sides doesn't make sense. For whatever reason that would have made this woman react in some way that made the man beat her up in the presence of the child. I don't think that man is mentally balanced.
Yeah, exactly. I was in dance. In dancing.
Because I was like,
mentally okay.
If, for example, my dad did this in my presence, how will I feel? So you don't have any reason to do this to a woman, let alone doing it in presence of your child. What trauma do you think that child will go through? That child will grow up not having love towards anybody because he or she never experienced it. So I'm seeing it from a different perspective here. So any man doing this, I mean, that woman should be taken out of that home.
Exactly my point.
Honestly. And separation is what I advocate, not divorce. Separation for the health and safety of that woman and even for that child. It's not something to really experience.
Well, I'm sorry, Jay, I don't know if you guys have actually experienced, or seen what real life domestic violence actually looks like. Most of these women will still want to stick, in the marriage.
You're right.
And it's, you see,
sorry, but I want to cut you short. The lady said some ladies love to see their husband beat them up. I don't know if you've heard that.
That one is There's something about women that actually really need help, but they can't leave. This one reason or the other. No, Uche said something. Oh, if she has a family who's actually being molested domestically, she will actually drag the person out of it. Pray that you are married, my love, when you are trying to drag that person, because it becomes a different ball game. As an unmarried woman, and you're trying to drag somebody away from her husband's house, it becomes, oh, she wants me to be like her. She wants me to be lonely. They've changed narrative.
Society.
My dear.
That's why
So for me, I feel like we should just focus on the women now. I feel like family, when it comes to most domestic violence, family actually do their bits. Either by talking, either by using the police, they do their bit. The women should actually, not feel ashamed about not being married, not being a divorcee. They shouldn't be ashamed about being separated rather than being divorcees. They shouldn't be ashamed about it. And really, if you even raise your voice at me, I will leave you. Because it's for client sisters. You understand? One thing I mean, you can just talk to me. You're yelling at me as if we're in the market. I will knock my voice. I know that I can be a very difficult person. Do you understand? And we are human. It's because of the disparity between man and woman. That's why we are saying, oh, you shouldn't lay your hands on a woman. If another man tries not to, another man can quickly actually punch another man on the face. Do you understand? We are humans and we're never going to offend ourselves. So when I do the one that, the society cannot hear about, you know what? You will punch me.
Why?
No, this one is not even a case of whether, because I feel because I have the orientation that I will not be shamed for being a divorcee, I will not be shamed for being separated, I will not be shamed for being a single woman.
Yeah, it takes if you have that understanding. A lot of women in these situations
do not.
They don't have that understanding. That's why I keep saying we need to get them to the point where they understand that it is not wrong. It's not your fault that your marriage didn't work, especially when you've done the best that you can.
Sure.
You understand? It's not your fault, and you shouldn't be shamed for anybody that is shaming you for being in that situation. It is their own ignorance that is leaking and not yours.
Yeah, that should be dealt with.
I don't know if I really don't know the East well, so I don't know if they also have Yaba left the way we have Yaba left. That man should not even go to
Yes, it's a new heaven.
it means new heaven, Anambra, Enugu, okay.
Yes.
Otherwise, not from Enugu, Abi.
One of us will
We are together. So please,
But the major one representing the eastern region
yes.
is a new heaven.
So the way the major one is Yaba left. Because how much you know my sister and go to the there's no train inside prison. No, you just be dumped in a mental home. Because how do you even beat somebody? You should feel exhausted. You have power to dance after beating your wife. Not just anybody, your wife. You should be locked up in a mental home.